What's up, guys? I'm here on location with Jorge Gomez with Market Box Tax and Accounting Services. Hi, how are you, Jorge?
Thanks, Edgar, for inviting me.
Thanks for taking time off your busy time right now. Taxes, I know it's really crazy right now. We don't have a lot of time to file taxes, so there's a couple topics that we're going to talk about. Number one is, when you're a small business owner, does it make sense to file a tax extension, and does it depend on the type of business you have where you file tax extension?
Well, yes, it depends. We have several options for small business owners. The first consideration that I think of is if you're not ready, if you don't have all the paperwork, the financial statements, I think it's good to file an extension because we want to make sure that we're not missing deductions. Okay, so to operate in the United States, we have different tax structures. The basic one is when you file on a Schedule C, sole proprietorship, and it's basically a form that is attached to your 1040. For that type of business, you have until April 15. But if you have let's say a C corporation, you have until April 15 to file. So you have, 3.5 months to prepare your documents, but sometimes you need more time to get ready. And if you are not ready, my advice is to file an extension, get everything ready, but with one condition: send a payment with the extension. California requires that you send payments with the extension. So what we do is estimate the tax, and then at the end, it's less income that we estimated, you will get a refund. In that way, you avoid penalties, but it gives you time to have everything ready until October 15. Then we have the other entities that are called pass-through, like partnerships and S corporations. Those you need to file by March 15. Wow. If it's late now if you didn't file. So let's say that you didn't file an extension, send the payment. You need to get ready as soon as possible because the IRS charge a penalty per shareholder per month. Okay. Shoot. Yes, so and it could be like if you go to 6 months, it could be around $5,000 in penalties.
So whatever you were trying to save, you can probably
if you have two shareholders. Yes. So the extension is good if you're not ready, and also if you're waiting for other documents like K1s for other businesses that you have, or you're waiting for some documents, you may have to file an extension. Saying that. Most people relax and they say, okay, I'll have to file September 15 for a pass-through or October 15 for a C or 1040. Don't wait until the last month to file your taxes. File as soon as possible so you are in compliance. So yes, extensions are there if you are not ready. And sometimes, even if you are not ready, you can file the taxes depending on the situation, and then you amend the taxes in the future. It could be to protect some credits, to protect some deadlines that you need to file for certain reasons. Every person our company is different.
It makes sense.
But they are there to give you at least 6 more months to get ready.
So the whole idea of somebody saying, "Hey, don't worry about it, you can just file an extension," that doesn't really make sense because you're still liable for the liability.
Yes.
And you're still going to be having to pay penalties.
Yes, the extension is to file, not to pay. That's what I say to my clients. Let's send the money with the extension, but at the end is the taxpayer that decides, okay, I'll file an extension to file, and then I'll pay the penalties. I see that when the amount due is minimum, the penalty is not going to be significant. But if you have the money and send it with California, and if it's a C Corp, send also for federal, that will protect you and save you money on penalties, which is wasting money. Penalty is wasting money.
Yeah, I got screwed there too. Yeah. So that's good information. So obviously, if you're a business owner, the whole idea of filing an extension doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to save any money. It just saves you time, but you must still pay what you think is going to be the liability, because otherwise those penalties are going to add up. So thank you for sharing that information. The type of business you have will depend on how you file, which is why you need a tax professional like Jorge. Make sure you reach out to him. We'll have his information here. Market Box Tax and Accounting Services. Thank you, Jorge, for some information.
You're welcome.
To the next one, brother.
Thanks.